What's up, everybody? I'm Uber from the Overwatch League, and you're watching Thorin's YouTube channel. That's right, the esports historian lives right here. And if you're seeing this message, you're probably already blocked on Twitter. Unlucky, really.
Now, if you're feeling a little blocked, mentally, of course, maybe you feel like, I haven't even interacted with any kind of work or conversation or hobby today. You know what? I don't even feel like I've said anything. What's going on? How did this happen? Well, you know what? I like to start my day after I've had a little bit of food with some Gamersops, the delicious energy formula, which of course comes with no fillers. You get in a small little tub because one like that big can have 100, one that big can have 60 in. They've got loads of delicious flavors. They're not all super chemically and taste all disgusting. They've got this lovely little nuanced flavor to them. A nice beginning, nice middle, nice end. Also, of course, you can get your money off it, can't you? 10% off with the code Thorin, Thorin, at gamersops.gg. Oh, it's back. I know it's been a while. You might wonder, was he ever going to do one of these again? But I've decided, you know what? Like nowadays, let's be real, I've sort of changed my approach to Twitter. Maybe people will understand. Maybe they won't. Don't really care either way. But I'm going to do a few more of these Thorin versus Blocked where we do the classic, having a lie, didn't happen. All the best ones where, they've never interacted with me, but they're blocked. Just blocked for disagreeing, saying outrageous stuff, just generally being shit houses. This is going to be some classic banter. If anyone knows, this is just pure entertainment when I do these. So let's dive in, shall we? We'll start with this one. This is a great example of what we're talking about right here. Because here we go. Cognis NA says passive honesty was all it took. They've been blocked just for passive honesty. Man, I'm going to have done something really unreasonable here. I can already sense it in my bones, guys. So you go down to here. Oh, by the way, after being blocked on January 6th, they then just also immediately tweet at C9 Perks. Remember that woman, not Perks, not Perkovic, the guy from Croatia, the woman who, because her name was Perks on Twitter, has now dined out on that 1 billion times, been embraced for stupid meme reasons by the Cloud9 org, even been to events and met players, all of this because her name was Perks on Twitter, right? As though that isn't enough. By the way, she's one of those classic people who was like, it blocked me for no reason, doesn't know who I am, but was liking all tweets just saying I'm like a misogynist and a piece of shit and stuff like that. Cool person, right? I'd rather see the real Perks. He's a lot cooler. So obviously goes and immediately tweets towards her. I'm finally a woman in esports, Mama Perks. How shall we celebrate? I will even clean the cages. Oh, wow, because the Perks someone has a hamster or something stupid. So you can already tell by the follow-up tweet. Doesn't really seem like a reasonable person who was just using passive honesty. But let's go and check. What could she have been tweeting about, guys? This is going to get interesting. Oh, okay. So on January 6th, when Sjokz had lost her mother tragically, she was quite young actually, and she was feeling really down, and so she took some time off LEC. I went to Monty and I told him, here's what we do, mate. Right now, she's even talking like she doesn't know if she wants to continue in esports. Obviously, she's had this very tragic thing happen in her personal life. She's taking time off. I thought in that scenario, what would be awesome is, why don't we do, in the past we did that art contest for like the TSM Holy War, it was about like memeing on TSM and all that. How about we do an art contest? We put up our own money. You can see there, we put up $600 of our own money that we had to earn. And then we'll give it away to our fans and any fans, quite frankly. And then what we'll do is like I say here, an art contest for the Insight in Esports before it became my new company, Last Free Nation. And the theme, think of this, the theme is celebrating Sjokz's contribution to esports. Because I thought, here's what happened. We'll pick the best art pieces, things that'll show different sides to her personality, her on-camera persona, different ages that she was in and what she was like with different haircuts and styles and what people enjoy about her. And basically, in a world where people like her, I know, often complain on their social media that they get all these horrible remarks and horrible comments, people judging them and sending them weird things. How about we actually just are able to get this video and then send it to her and show her, actually, you know what, people really appreciate you in esports. You've had a big impact. Like, we want you to come back if you feel comfortable doing it. And I think absolutely you will be missed. I thought, what a great thing we could do for her. No. And you're going to wonder, how does this connect? As we say in England, no good deed goes unpunished. So I post this. They're going to give away this money, our own money, it's not sponsored in any way, in order to make this art contest for Sjokz, right? So this bozo has just decided she knows Sjokz's brain is in Sjokz's brain. She's going to tell me off for that. How dare I give away my own money to make art to celebrate Sjokz's contribution to esports? By the way, you don't know this. I gave Sjokz her break on camera in esports. Oh, you didn't hear about that origin story, did you? Anyway, let's get into it. So Cognis NA comes in. As sweet as it could be. Oh, okay, let's just start there. So it's not sweet, by the way, to use all your own money that you've earned with your own fucking livelihood to make content and encourage others to make content that will celebrate the career of someone who's a peer and a colleague of yours, someone you even know and have worked with, who's going through really hard time. That's not sweet because a random nobody with a parasocial relationship to Sjokz or someone else has just decided that's not sweet. So get ready. How could it possibly not be sweet, right? As sweet as it could be, seems tactless with the timing. Right, to make this video to celebrate her contribution in esports, not mentioning anything about her mother, by the way, not even going into that at all, but just to celebrate what she's done and then getting it ready so that she can see it. That's tactless because in this person's mind, I guess she knows Sjokz, she knows her brain, and she knows that actually to see something celebrating her contribution in esports would be horrible and would be hurtful to Sjokz, presumably. That's the level we're already on at the outset, but let's keep going. Now, this person comes in and basically says, I don't understand where you're coming from. Wouldn't celebrating someone who happens to be going through a hard time be a good thing? The voice of reason, believe it or not, Papa Sweets with this picture is the voice of reason. Let's get into it. Goes, maybe give her a week, as she tweeted she was struggling with funeral arrangements. Right, wait a minute. So because she's struggling to do the funeral arrangements, I can't separate to that. I'm not in any way demanding Sjokz be a part of this, by the way. No one's tweeting at Sjokz about this. I didn't even tag Sjokz in the tweet. I can't do that because she's heard that Sjokz is dealing with funeral arrangements. So already you can see this person has quite a disturbed parasocial relationship with Sjokz. She's struggling with arrangements. Are you ready? And let Monty do it instead of the angry orange man and the my one woman friend tweet saying he is esports. There we go. That's what it was all about. What it was all about was this is a few weeks after the whole I am esports thing where Semler was getting wrecked by all those people lying about what he'd said about women's esports. And I came in and defended him and said he's not saying any of that. Plus, look what you guys are saying. Look at the toxic stuff you're saying to me. Is this the sort of way that women in esports are going to behave? So this person's mad about that, butthurt and salty, so they've waited, and when they've seen me tweet anything, in this case a art contest to celebrate a woman in esports, something that no one who hates women in esports would do, by the way, I come along and then she's decided that despite all the initial reasons, it's actually because I'm doing it. The real sin here is that I, Thorin, would dare to do something nice for a woman because that doesn't work in her brain because I hate women, don't I? And so she goes, instead of the angry orange man, by the way, in what way am I being angry by doing an art contest? These people will only let you be what they need you to be because they need to hate you have to understand. Their lives have nothing in them. So then there's this point, let Monty do it. So it's okay actually if Monty does it. If Monty does it, suddenly she's not doing funeral arrangements and it's not tactless because of the timing. I think we've already exposed this individual. And then this whole thing that my one woman friend, let's just run down, shall we? So Kelsey Moser, I've done hundreds of episodes of talk shows with. Froscorin, I've probably done 20 episodes of talk shows with. Did a whole show just with her, just like I did with Kelsey. Emily Rand, before she was ever on LCS broadcast, did a whole show with her about LCK. Let's keep going, shall we? I do one with Gio currently in esports and was doing that before this stuff went down. Or actually, I think I started that after this. This was early 2022. I think I actually started in 2022. Obviously, Sjokz herself, as I said, this moron doesn't know because they're just there going, you're a sexist and hate women and you only have one friend that's a woman. Oh yeah, don't worry about that. I only gave Sjokz her break on camera. I'll tell that story one day. Basically, I had a group meeting when Sjokz was just a trial news poster and said, by the way, you don't have to talk about it now, but if anyone in this meeting has ideas for content or wants to be involved in bigger pieces of content, contact me privately and I'll see if I can help you out. And she basically contacted me and said she wanted to be on camera, so the rest is history. But no. I only have one woman friend and I am esports. By the way, that's appropriate, right? I'm the really nuts one that's an angry person just tweeting horribly, right? And about women. Because when I do a contest about celebrating one of the best women in esports, you should just keep bringing up that I am esports and say that someone else should do it. So, okay, brilliant. Oh, let's keep going, shall we? This person then goes, nice encouragement of predatory behavior when people are overwhelmed esports. Same day. Nice encouragement of predatory. So as in, it's now predatory. What me and Monty are doing, putting our money on the line to do a contest for Sjokz, an art contest where fans celebrate her, is predatory. We're somehow exploiting her or feeding off her in some fucked up way. When people are overwhelmed, so now because Sjokz said she's having a hard time with the funeral arrangement, that means she's overwhelmed. She can't actually handle anyone on the internet tweeting something nice about her. And then they put esports, obviously referring to I am esports. Surely not another account you could have proposed on, if not to jerk yourself off, right? I have to now know that people know that I'm a piece of shit and hate women and go through Monty and go, can you post this, mate? Because I can't. Because actually, me posting things showing I don't hate women and celebrate them wouldn't jive with people who've decided I hate women and have no female friends. So can you just do this so that some weird person who's seen Sjokz's social media doesn't think I'm jerking myself off by celebrating Sjokz with my money? Nothing about me. Then they go there. Angry orange man yelling at Sky tweets a picture of support for Sjokz after tweeting she was overwhelmed with everything she's going through. All right. So, now I'm tweeting about Sjokz when she's overwhelmed. By the way, you notice how this has just become a fact. And we're now building it. We now know what Sjokz thinks. By the way, don't worry. Sjokz's actual thoughts are coming later. It's beautiful. With everything she's going through. What is she going through? What do you know about Sjokz? What the fuck do you know about her, by the way? Do you know that, by the way, after this, Sjokz has even interacted with me privately on work things that you wouldn't know anything about and asked my help for things. Oh, you don't know shit about Sjokz or anything about, you're just a weird person on the internet. You cannot convince me. Why would we ever want to? You cannot convince me it wouldn't be better from Monty and less predatory after the I am esports bullshit. Right, so because I tweeted I am esports in the context that people were saying, get the fuck out of the esports industry. So I said essentially like, how can I am esports. Like I'm one of the people who built esports. To this day, I put all this content. I've done so many things in esports. Journalist, broadcaster, fucking host, obviously done written articles, a million run Flashpoint as a league and the creative director. Now I help run a company. I've developed talent like people like Sjokz and Thorin and Kelsey Mose and all these people, loads of men in the industry as well. No. I can't say I am esports. And somehow it would be less predatory if Monty does this. These people just decide because something really horrible happened either in their life or in their brain that you're evil, and they will make you more and more and more evil. And you know what? When the demand for you to be evil isn't matched by the supply, they will fabricate the supply. That's who these people are. Don't worry though. More people did it because then Monty came in. And because he quote tweeted me, you can imagine everyone blocked had to get in there. What an appropriate time, by the way. When someone's talking about an art contest, if someone posted about it, to go like, I'm blocked as well. Yeah, but the fact that I'm blocked by that piece of shit. Like, let's see who the really sort of unhinged people are. So Monty goes, it's been a rough time for Sjokz, so please reply to the tweet below to join an art contest celebrating her career. You can already guess that none of these people ever submitted work, by the way. This person goes, Sjokz shared that she experienced great guilt and regret mourning the loss of her mother because she was not able to see her often. Where is this going? Another person who's in Sjokz's head, by the way. I am sure that her choice of career, being as time insensitive as it is, contributed to that. The day of her mum's funeral. How tasteless. Right. Do you imagine Sjokz is on Twitter name searching herself on the day of her mum's funeral? They act like when you put the word Sjokz on the internet, which they're doing right now, by the way. By the way, this person's even more out there because they themselves are trying to actually, whether Sjokz thought it or not, because she said she had great guilt, they're trying to make the connection like, it's basically because of your career that you do it there when your mum died. No wonder you feel great guilt. And then you're acting, so you're broadcasting that to the internet. Well, she was checking to this day. She'd see that and go, bloody hell, yeah. I was trying not to think about that. I was trying to just focus on celebrating my mum or whatever, like fucking hell. And then, of course, how tasteless. Yeah, how tasteless it would be to celebrate Sjokz. Remember, nothing to do with her mother that we're talking about here. Don't worry, there's plenty more. This person, this is extremely insensitive. Not even just like, this is a bit tactless or the time and stuff. No, it's extremely insensitive. Extremely. Like, this is one of the worst things you could do if you cared about the person's feelings. Let's just wait and see what Sjokz thinks, shall we? Supporting Sjokz is great. The bot is going to carry all the weight here, isn't it, though? Like, By that logic, what I'm doing is great. I'm doing something great for the community with my own money. No, because it's Thorin. It's the ginger man, isn't it? He's bad. Supporting Sjokz is great. But Thorin is just about the worst possible person to be in charge of this. Right, so I'm the worst possible person. Why? Because I gave Sjokz a start in the industry. Because I've helped countless women. Because I care about Sjokz as a peer and a colleague. Oh, no, because you've just decided I'm evil, and therefore I shouldn't be. Notice how no evidence can ever counter their position of what a piece of shit I am, how I hate women. If I do things that show I don't, that actually shows that it's inappropriate for me allowed to not hate women, because I hate women. It says it all, doesn't it? And then also, the whole wording gives it away, to be in charge. What do you mean be in charge? I came up with the idea. I put my own money up. I arranged it. Monty's even just quote tweeting me. I then collected all the pieces. I put them all together, all the best ones. And then we did a whole video about it that you can go and watch. What in charge? No committee decided I was going to do this. This isn't the state running this. I'm not no commissar commissioned me to do this project. It was all from my brain. It doesn't happen unless I do it. No. This person knows as usual. But let's keep going, shall we? Why the fuck are you collaborating with this guy? By the way, a totally reasonable time to say that, right, when me and Monty are just working on a thing to celebrate Sjokz our own money. Why the fuck are you collaborating with this guy? Some of these ones do bring me out of it. It's quite good. Another good one. It's a shame to associate with this person, but at least we now know. Know now. As in, they're just telling Monty off. They're just berating Monty because he dares associate with me in this scenario. No reason given. Just a shame. And also, now they know, just like the other person, that Monty associates with Thorin in 2022. Me and Monty have been doing Summon Insights since 2014, by the way. We did all of Flashpoint in 2020 as well in CSGO. So let's look, because obviously Sjokz, I mean, you can imagine, she must have just gone and torn a strip off us for how insensitive and horrible this was. So what happened was, one of the people who submitted a piece was my boy Pikachu, who always does those interesting pieces with a Bible verse that sort of ties into the thing. He does a great piece of Sjokz here, very good likeness actually, nice colour scheme. He likes to do this particular style, sort of like I think he traces over the top or something. And because he tags Sjokz, less like a week later you'll notice, she goes, I absolutely love this. How gorgeous. I didn't know this was happening. Tags me and Monty. Thank you. Oh, wait a minute. So Sjokz didn't even know this was happening because we never tagged her in the original thing. And we were actually quite sensitive. I didn't even DM her about it initially. I was going to wait till we had it all done and wait till some time. Oh, what's that? You don't know me and you don't know my life. You don't know my relationships with these people or who I am. Oh, keep talking out your ass. That's very sensitive. That's very tactful. The timing's great to be talking out your ass when I'm trying to help people you claim to care about. So this person thanks me directly by name on a post that wasn't even my name attached to it and actually tags me and Monty and thanks us. And obviously I even replied, I put you're welcome. It's easy for stuff typed online to just seem like words. So hopefully seeing the art once the competition is done will serve as a nice reminder of how many people appreciate you and your career. And she puts can't wait and a little heart emoji. Oh, interesting. But that's not it though, because then we did publish the video, didn't we? Which I just linked a second ago. And she puts, thank you, Monty, Chris Stone. Oh, we get thanked a second time now, guys. This is like a few weeks later again for running this art contest and the kind words. And a massive thank you to everyone for your thoughtful artworks. I am going through the most difficult time in my life right now, and this really hit home hard. So actually, what I actually did here was this actually did get the effect I wanted. It made her feel better. It made her feel appreciated. It helped her through a difficult time. And she's now twice thanked me, directly tagging me, so her whole followers know this, for doing this for her. And if you go down here, she even says, if you want to reply to this with the art you submit, I will gladly drop a retweet. But wait a minute. Oh, no, she wouldn't want to know about any art or anything. Then I just put here, many real people appreciate you. More real people appreciate you than you can likely imagine when wading through online comments. You are the LEC. Hope to see you back sooner than later. Weird that, guys. It's almost like actually all those people, all that stuff was just happening in their heads, even though actually Sjokz really appreciated it. And I know Sjokz and they don't, but they want to imagine they not only know me, they know more than I do about Sjokz. Then we have this one here. Dom quote tweets me saying about how I will dominate, got Malrank to stop buying the pink wards. And Dom goes, Rat and I are the forbidden coach / analyst combo. This guy goes, I've literally never interacted. Classic never interacted. You all know where this is going. I've literally, not even like, I don't think I've interacted. I've literally never interacted with Thorin and he blocked me. Lol. What an insecure little bitch. I must have liked something that hurt his feelings. So, okay, by the way, already gives it away. It's weird that I haven't blocked when he's calling me a bitch later. I must be psychic and know he would do that. But then again, wait a minute. Not only he's never interacted with me, he must have just liked something that hurt my feelings. So let's go and see what he liked that hurt my feelings. So, okay, that was on September the 12th, 2022. On May the 6th, so earlier in the same year, he just replies, I was talking about how Doublelift signed a document saying he wouldn't disparage TSM. He had like an NDA or whatever, or rather it was in his contract. And then basically, no one's going to take him to court, but he comes out and disparages TSM and says all horrible things about them. And this guy goes, shit take. A man stands up and outs injustices, not stands by and watches, you fucking fool. Right? Well, by definition, when Doublelift signed that contract, he wasn't going to out any injustice because he even said himself on his channel that he wanted, it would be a pleasure to play for TSM and that he wanted to. So already he had no plans to out them. What happened is Lena, his girlfriend who'd worked as the president of TSM, didn't work with TSM anymore and used Doublelift as a pawn to out a bunch of shit about Reggie. It wasn't that he stood up for any injustices. By the way, how did he stand up for that fucking walkout? Oh, he just buckled immediately once his salary was in question, once his bonuses of going to Worlds were in question. These people just have a parasocial relationship. Also, by the way, you just scroll back. Remember, never interacted in any way. You just in all these threads that feature me in some way because I'm only searching for Thorin, etc. Young is bad. Someone goes up here when I got announced for the major. Thorin and Richie Lewis, that's disappointing. That's because you're a Zoomer, they're OGs. And then this guy goes melding and blocking left and right. The second somebody expresses a slightly different opinion from theirs, though, it's always like, you are a fucking cunt. And, oh, just a different opinion about you. This guy goes, stop lying. Correctly, right? This guy goes, lying? Thorin blocked me when I have never once interacted with him, crying, laughing. You can already guess where this is going. Just look it up. There's only one other tweet. It's where this guy goes, a guy talks about therapy, and he talks about an interesting point, actually. The fact that the kind of talk therapy, and the fact often your therapist will be a woman, is essentially a way that women communicate things within their circles, and it's part of the way that their minds work, and they want to reinforce certain ideas, or to be told things might not be their fault, etc., or they have someone just hear them and feel like they're validated, and that someone listens to them and they exist. It's about the dynamics between men and women. So I say that before you consider anything else, how about do these things, fix your inputs, like do exercise daily, improve your health through diet and supplementation, quit inputting porn, fear or sexual, so bad news, things that are just degeneracy, input positivity, traditional art, heartwarming stories, family time, build your support network. Now, you can imagine what a heinous tweet that is. He's going to have to tell me off, right? The guy who never ever contacted me and anywhere interacted. He goes, you're not wrong, but to say therapy is bad is just ignorant. That's not even what I ever said. When did I ever say therapy's bad? I didn't, did I? Now, what happened was, this guy said he thinks therapy's for women, but he's actually a guy who knows a lot about men and women. Now, he says here he doesn't think it works, but this guy goes, therapy is bad. So you know what? Back then especially, I used to actually read my replies. So I used to think, I'm not going to waste my time with Kathy Newman type idiots. But remember, never interacted with me at all. When the Sjokz herself posted it, some cretin popped in, even though this wasn't, by the way, a quote tweet, but they're just tagging me. Of course someone popped in to say that they're blocked by me. 2 Sjokz in a thing about the video to help her get through a very difficult time that she says I am going through a very difficult time. So someone popped in and said, I'm blocked. So then this guy goes, first time, because they're trying to imply like, oh, it's weird. Let's look what this guy was. Right. First of all, I've actually unblocked this guy since. And recently, he's still messaging stupid shit at me. Like when I say this about Doublelift, he's going like, you're one scandal away from having a career on GB News. Give it a rest. People consider GB News sort of a bit like the Fox News of UK politics. And as usual, essentially, all right-wing / conservative / Tory stuff is just evil and to blame for everything in the world. That's a sort of cretinous thought that a Guardian reader type imbecile like this guy would. So basically, I'm one scandal away from being on a news channel like that. I'm not, by the way. If anything even happened to me, I don't have scandals, but if anything actually happened to me, I could get a million jobs as like a coach, a secret coach, a GM of an org. I could just work behind the scenes on my content and recruit people. I could just do written content. I could ghostwrite. I could work as an industry consultant. I do some of these things. I could do anything I want. I wouldn't be on GB News, would I? But remember though, first time, it's weird that I'm blocking these people. By the way, still tweeting stupid shit at me now. Still tweeting stupid shit at me now. Then you go to here. Are you ready? First time being blocked. Then this guy here, when I pointed out this meme about Reckless and Fnatic, he goes, I preferred it when you had me blocked so I wouldn't see this utter wham under every Reckless. Now they cry that they're not still blocked. Do you get the sense yet that these aren't normal people? These aren't people who are blocked for no reason. Then they go, same year. I'm never reading these, by the way, but let's have a look. I talk about this. No one can change the mind of Reckless stans because their position is based on the irrational love of someone they don't know but parallel socially imagine they do. The Reckless in their head never changes. Still tweeting, replying to tweets about Reckless stuff, by the way. Desperately following me. You literally perma-block people who disagree with you on Reckless, lol. You've done this to such an extent that your engagement is dead. By the way, if you knew anything about how Twitter works in the modern day, they've removed loads of the bot activity and almost everyone gets way less likes than they get views. That's why views are enormous. Mad, innit? Keep going down. Blocked by him. Just said, oh, everyone's going to get blocked by him. Never shuts the fuck up tweeting about blocked by me. Here's a good one. I heard Reckless is going to be kicked. This is a real piece of news, by the way. I was the first person in the world to put this actual real thing out there that I knew from the best sources possible that he was going to be sold rather. And this guy goes, extremely funny for a guy who blocks people who disagree with or don't like him to say stock up on tissues. So apparently this guy ages ago said stock up on tissues or something, and he's still tweeting about it because I blocked, and now I've unblocked him, by the way. I've unblocked him. He's still going on about it. Fully convinced Thorin is the Piers Morgan of esports journalism. Why does Thorin dislike? It's all just about Reckless. This is just a Reckless stan. Why does he dislike Reckless? He's talked shit about me on stream. I've made a million points about his gameplay. And also his fans, people like this guy, are incredibly annoying, aren't they? I'm curious, like genuinely curious. Did Reckless do something to him? Or, ... is this just a case of bruised ego? Why would I have a bruised ego if Reckless hadn't done anything to me? Why would my ego be bruised? Because he exists and plays League of Legends and only wins 4 LEC titles ever in a billion splits with the best players you can ever have. Good old Reckless fans, eh? First time. Not my first time dealing with moron Reckless fans. Here's a good one. This is a great one. Because this guy, you'll find out, God, it's so amazing. Right, so back in 2018, this guy obviously has this thing going on with LS, Reddit, and this guy goes down here. I remember the fucking Thorin stupid thing that made me unfollow and ignore that ignoramus. I empathise. Because basically what he's talking about is the idea that, remember, that was the same year. Is that even the same? No, actually, I think that was 2020 that happened. Not even knows that. But here's the key thing. This guy is making the case that I did something fucking stupid and it made him unfollow me and ignore me because I'm an ignoramus. Let's just check this guy's history. So, okay, this year, I had him blocked this year, right? Wait a minute, blocked. I had him blocked. I must have blocked him after he made that tweet, right? Don't worry, we'll come and find out if I did. So, okay, when this person here writes all this shit, they go, if that's a Thorin tweet, because they're blocked by me, he blocked me for no reason. Oh, by the way, it isn't. It's just someone going private. But he sees that someone who he can't access the tweet of, they're commenting on it. So he just goes, if this is a Thorin tweet, years later, remember, he's supposed to have unblocked me. He's supposed to have unfollowed me and ignored me. So how would he ever get blocked? You'll find out. If that's a Thorin tweet, tell him to tell the story why you're blocked, because someone mentioned either Thorin blocking them or Thorin's name. So you have to tell the story, right? Someone's wound the key in your back. Off they go, the little soldier. But wait a minute, I thought you unfollowed me. He blocked me for a reason I'm entirely unsure about. No, you unfollowed me and ignored me. Years later, 4 years later, your story's changed. Now I blocked you for a reason you don't even know about. So you lied about that thing in 2018. Let's see. This was when he was crying, people are trying to take my livelihood, by pointing out shit he said. Lol. You said it, mate. No one's doing anything you didn't already. Oh, okay, cool. By the way, it was never about me. This individual even says, oh no, it's just about someone else going private. It was never even about me. This guy's just going off for no reason. But let's find out, shall we? So here's what actually got him blocked. Remember, in 2018, he said he unfollowed me and ignored me because I'm an ignoramus. But here's what actually happened. In October 30th of 2016, this guy who had been obsessively tweeting at me did a tweet like this where he goes, I like Thorin for a number of reasons. Oh, wait, I'm like an arsehole later on. You unfollowed me 2 years later. But no one is above reproach. If you claim someone is view-botting, back it up or shut up. Now, why do I have to back it up or shut up? Because here's what happened. First of all, if you think it isn't a well-known thing in the industry, it's actually why the CSGO majors had to change their record for viewership, etc. That certain streaming platforms were being view-botted. Now, you can draw your conclusions as to who was view-botting them, but what happened was an individual who was working for Twitch basically said a bunch of other stupid shit to me and about me, and I made the point that, like, well, some of those, essentially, I've heard it's view-botted. Now, I can't actually say that. Remember, everything I say is journalism, and I have to have evidence and show you the evidence, or I can't ever know anything. I can't ever corroborate information. By the way, how badly is this take aged? And so this person puts, feeding a false narrative is totally pointless. And I'm now feeding a false narrative because since this person's friends with this, or imagines themselves to be friends with this individual, they know that I must be lying. Therefore, I'm now feeding a false narrative. See how they make a weird assumption, then make it the cornerstone of a whole pyramid of nonsense. And just feeds his brand, something he says he doesn't do, right? I now have a brand that's about false narratives, and I'm just feeding it, which is something I say I don't do. Oh, okay, so I'll block this person thinking, well, sound like a piece of shit, don't they? And what do you know? Because I saw them say that, I go back, and it turns out, look how recent this was, October 30th, the same month, they'd actually said, can I interview you? Sincerely, give me a shot. You interview everyone. Let me interview you. This is a slighted fan. Read my writing. I'm not a regular. Literally a regular. Never heard of this fucking... But by the way, it has 393 followers in 2023. I'm not a regular. I'm not like the others. I'm made for bigger things. I'm supposed to be somebody. I just need a shot. And I go back, and because I thought, fuck this guy, because he had interacted with me tons of times, and at one point he's writing for a smaller site I'd written for. He put, glad I never saw this, because I would have said yes. Now you've been exposed. And he puts, exposed? Disagreement is hardly grounds for being exposed. Does Chopsky not have at least a point? No, I have to actually explain and prove that Chopsky doesn't have a point. Otherwise... basically, he's just disagreeing with me. He said I feed false narratives and that this is my brand that I'm doing it for and that I have to back it up or I have to shut up. By the way, telling people to shut up that you follow and obsessively tweet at is such a weird thing to do. And let's just find out who this guy was before I blocked him, okay? Remember, still tweeting about me now. So first and foremost, before we even get there, I could just start with the fact that when I've unblocked this individual, apparently they still tweet at me now. They actually still tweet at me now in May of this year. The person who in 2018 said that they'd unfollowed me and they ignore me because I'm an ignoramus. But then I blocked them, but for no reason, but they know the reason. And it's just a disagreement. Get ready for who this person is. Let's just do the old scroll. I won't go too fast. I'll just show you the scroll. 2022, 2019, 2018, obviously... 2018, remember I blocked him in 2016. 2018, still tweeting about me. 2017, tweeting about me. 2017, going down. 2017, still tweeting about me in 2017. 2017, after I blocked him, okay, cool. Yep, keep going. Apparently, I was responsible for him to have 65 views on the 30th of October, and that would really upset me because I'm responsible for him getting 65 views. Okay. Keep going down. So let's just go all the way back, shall we? I'll try and show you where it stops. Still in 2016. Still in 2016 before I blocked him. 2015 now. Okay. Right. All the way back. 2015. I made... so first of all, he starts by just making a parasocial comment about me. Like, I must have died because Dyrus said that... Freak said Dyrus is a star player. Then he goes, but TSM... Ready? 2015. Thorin is such a champ, lol. Hilarious and sarcastic. Lots of people don't pick up on the little things he says. He is an intelligent man. I'm an ignoramus, by the way, 3 years later. Then we go up to here. Salt Shaker. Old wounds, Thorin. Don't open them again. They hurt. Okay. Keep going up here. Someone ask me about something. Same year. Ha 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 ha. Fucking love Thorin. Lift had joined TSM. Now Monty and Thorin can focus their energy onto one team. Higher lift. Keep them going. I honestly have never heard of Rick Fox, Thorin doing his part for the community. Let's keep going, shall we? Should do a Thorin versus Switch chat, tagging me straight in there. Oh, you ready? 2016, the same year I blocked him. Wrote an article, would appreciate a read, mate. First one, low expectations, love to hear from you. Right, wait a second. These people think they can just request that I read an article, and not only that, it's the first one that they've ever written. Why would I have such an empty life that I would want to fill it, reading the first efforts of someone who doesn't know anything about writing and has never written, and I know nothing about it? It's just a person contacting me on Twitter that I don't know. Okay, let's keep going. Loads of comments here. Have I ever said how much I love Thorin? Same year. Asking if you could have a read, mate. Wrote another article. Brilliant. What's the second article? Is it statistics, their use and analysis? Asking if you could have a read, mate. A few days later, I say something about stats abuse. I've written about it. Have a read. Just begging me over and over and over and over and over and over again to read their articles, because I have to be their free editor just because they're a fan of mine, by the way. Let's keep going. Then it just says there's a really big breakdown about esports journalism, etc. Finds it really funny, Thorin versus Reddit. Guess what? You should enjoy Thorin versus Reddit. You're sort of in one. Keep going along. Agrees with me on some stuff. Something reminds him of a Thorin versus Reddit. Always tagging me, by the way. Tagging me again, because you have to tag me to really make sure I saw the message. It's important that I see your messages and read your articles. Oh, July 2016. I love how Thorin just rips the shit out of teams so quickly, ruthlessly, and efficiently. It just floors. I watched Thorin rant on all LCS teams August. Epic rant if I've ever heard one. I laughed a lot. With, not at. Oh, he's loving it. Oh, joy of joys, a new Thorin versus Reddit video. I'm already laughing. Hasn't even seen it yet. Are you ready for this? RE, not even something replying to something I've said, just actually tagging me and just saying stuff to me. Same year, RE Eastern and Western players. You talked about it last SI. Here are my thoughts from earlier. Like literally like SoundCloud recording where I was supposed to listen to his thoughts about this fucking shit. Do you see how nuts parasocial relationships are, guys? Then we go up to here. I was going to read Reddit. Legit. Then this came out. Thorin saved me again. August 24th. This reminds me of LCS voting. Hey, Thorin. Replying. Now he's telling me to look up some music. You don't like it. I'll unfollow. You do. Enjoy. Guess what? I haven't replied because I don't give a fuck about you. I couldn't give a monkeys what you think about anything. Ask me. Just tagging me on other people's tweets now. Can I interview you? Already told you that. Sincerely, give me a shot. I would still really like to do this. 2 days later, I have a decent set of questions. Like, take a fucking hint. Take a hint. Random thought. I back every single word I tweet. I was asking Thorin to let me interview him because of tweets he made before. Now he was going to interview me about tweets I made. Now I have to sit in with some fucking mad longhouse struggle session while he puts the tough questions to me. He's not a regular, remember, a guy with 393 followers on Twitter. And I have to put it to him after I've read his articles, given him some thoughts on it, listened to his SoundCloud, been tagged in other things, had him request me to work and do other pieces of content with other people. Still tweeting about me all the time. Then he just makes a stupid comment. By the way, after I block him, remember I blocked him after this. Do you think he stops much? Should we just keep going? Haha, Thorin did this to me once about being blocked. November, we're now a month later. Well, since my little thing with Thorin, I had 65 views on my blog that day. 65. That's a big deal to this guy. Apparently he's not a random, by the way. Ooh. Ooh, maybe he got unblocked. Did he get unblocked? Ooh, maybe I unblocked him at one point, guys. That's interesting because he can't start replying to me again. Finding this all funny again after he was blocked initially. He's finding this all really funny stuff. He's loving the way I'm doing these tweets. I'm doing a tweet about China here. Thorin's side, interesting concept. He's now watching my side channel videos, guys. Now he's done a whole tweet thread response to my first video thoughts. I've already blocked him and unblocked him at this point in time, by the way. Just on my side about some stuff as usual. Just keep going up. You ready? This must be when he was blocked, eh? Everything popular is wrong is a tweet that I think I must have retweeted. He goes, but Thorin is popular. So, okay. That basically means I can't be wrong because I'm popular. That's the logic of what he's saying. Here we go. This is what I dislike about Thorin and Monty specifically. There is no give in regards to the smaller guy. Yeah, basically because I didn't read his articles and listen to his SoundCloud boys. Still not blocked though. Actually, he isn't still blocked, so he's still coming along. Now he's complaining about titles of my videos. Then he's saying about how I'm going to expose Noah Winston. All this funny stuff about me bashing the establishment. Anyway, the point is you get it. It's hard to be Thorin, to be sure, but sometimes, holy moly, I don't get it. Thorin roasts are pretty funny. Back to getting it again. When it's not about the topics that trigger him, he gets it and it's funny and he's loving it. Then he's thanking this person for doing an interview with me. I'm better at something than Monty. Thorin retweeted this. I want to say there's 50 reasons why. Great, brilliant. It's hard to know with Thorin. Still, don't compare to Faker. Just keep going. Still never stops it. So basically, this person says that they did an interview with me and it got blocked, it got deleted or whatever. By the way, they never did apologise to me. They apologised after I called them out later. At this point, what can you do? It's Thorin too. Super valuable interview. Oh, loves me still, eh? Just scroll up. Then because he's blocked. Oh, wow, Thorin's done something. Time to have a cow. Whatever the fuck that means. I went in so hard on SKT. Okay. Then he goes mad. Remember, because I'd said that thing about Alex Jones. Oh, he has to go in my arse now about that. Donny, massive fan, by the way. There we go. Oh, now he's telling me about that. Oh, what am I doing? Then he lies a few months after the Alex Jones thing and pretends he unfollowed me for clout with a friend of his. And then he ignored me because I'm an ignoramus. Then it's all just abusive stuff after that. It's all just stupid shit after that. It's all just stupid shit, innit? Classic banter. This is one where someone's done like I'd been blocked by him and this person's come in and gone, lol, my timeline became way less of a shitfest after getting blocked. And I don't really care what he has to say on Twitter. Let's see if he keeps that energy. When he's in a video call with other people, it seems like the intrusive thoughts get drowned out enough for him to make some sense. So because these people can't see my face and if I'm laughing or what my expression is, they just interpret my real thoughts as what is on Twitter. Not like the person I am and my whole being. No. I'm reduced down to only my thoughts on Twitter. And obviously, my thoughts on Twitter are mental illness. I'm mad. These are intrusive thoughts. I can't take it anymore. I have to tweet them out. But when I'm on a show, somehow being on a video call, the video part, not that they're the one totally misperceiving and making me someone else, that just makes it like, oh, it seems like a normal guy. That makes sense there, actually. Think it through. Let's see how much this person doesn't care what I have to say on Twitter. So, okay, look, this year, because I unblocked them. If anyone's thinking of listening to them, the Four Horsemen, don't bother. The first hour was complete ass. Okay. But then wait a minute. May 20th this year, they're tweeting at me. They don't care about what I have to say on Twitter. Sounds like making sense, isn't for you? Keep going down. I've unblocked them, so they're tweeting more at me on Twitter. Like, how can I dare have thoughts about Captain Flowers not calling out his mate Nicole, who he'd worked for when he's pretending to call out EG Management. He called out Carlos by name. Keep going down. All this caping for Captain Flowers, by the way. Some Easter Island-headed fuck. Just all this caping. All this caping. All this caping. Then there's all this stuff here. Oh, I used to think TSM fan hate was some Thorin BS, but man, they earn it with all the August twiddling their thumb. Oh, wait a minute. So in 2023, he now realizes it might be justified to hate TSM. Let's go all the way back, shall we? First of all, he starts off asking how he can support my work, because I didn't have a Patreon at the time, I think, without developing a gambling problem. Cool, just call up my sponsors basically there. Apparently you have to have a gambling problem to use any of my sponsors. Let's run the numbers on that, shall we? Then he's basically saying all this stuff here, just asking me directly. I have to explain to him why I didn't call Bjergsen out or put his feet to the fire on some stuff. Remember, he doesn't care about my Twitter at all. Literally just says, man, you're a real dumb cunt sometimes. Wow, what a dumb cunt I am. Interesting. Okay. Because in India, people were going to get a guy who cheated and they were basically saying that they were going to beat him up because he cheated. I'm a real dumb cunt for suggesting all cultures aren't equal or the same. Then he's talking about Loco here. Seem to have a great chemistry. Okay. Loves Dom's appearance on Listen Loco. Just watched a show with DeMonte, so you want something insight. Thanks for this insight. Listen Loco again. Yes, with Thorin. Like, oh, loving all this stuff. Me doing work with everyone. Loving it when I'm working with Veteran even. I'm back on Summoning Insight. Loving it. By the way, doesn't care at all about my Twitter. Loves it when they get blocked so they can't see me on the timeline. We got some blocked. Immediately starts tweeting at me again. Keep going up. Then what happens is they basically said I did some work that showed that in Lena's own words, she essentially was implying she'd poached someone and tried to poach someone. Then Inven found a different person claiming also that Lena and TSM had poached. And so idiots like this moron just decided to demand that it was actually Inven, I was their source. And put like, you might have qualified as an opinion speculation in your video, but they didn't. Well, that's got nothing to do with me, has it then? So look, then I do this. This is how you know this person's really bonkers. If you're a journalist who has been harassed or had your livelihood threatened by TSM management behind the scenes, as a number of people have, then fuck with me. Now, this person still thinks I'm talking about the Inven thing publicly. It says harassed and had your livelihood threatened behind the scenes. So how could you know about it based on a public thing? I put as a number of people have. So this, do you consider an org making accusations? Right? It has to only be about the thing they saw. That's what people like this are like. And the article's garbage. Keep going up. Insightful episodes with me and Monty. Great interview with Gio that I did there. 2020 we're at this point in time. Criticism of them, etc. Talking about me and Veteran at this point in time. Still going. Am I doing more content? Stuff I've done with Nelson's great. Me and Richard doing stuff. Loves when Ashley Kang appeared on Thorin's Rotations, a show I used to do with random guests that I put together. Jacob Wolf's talking nonsense. He's even coming in and trying to defend me here. Brilliant. Loving all the stuff I did about Alfari. But here's the thing. For whatever reason I blocked him, I'm doing cruel stuff. Cruel. Here we go. Just caping for him, innit? By the way, remember, loved getting blocked so they didn't have to see any of my tweets. Doesn't like to interact with or care about anything I tweet on Twitter. So much for that, eh? One of the guys who was an intern at EG basically goes, L-take, and then some moron goes, damn, I can't read. So the Church of Danny, this aged well, how well they defended Danny. They attacked me because I pointed out Danny shouldn't have been able to have like an emergency sub or whatever. Was literally writing a joke about how to be blocked by Thorin and then realised I couldn't at him. Little bitch excommunicated himself. By the way, how have I excommunicated myself? I was never following the Church of Danny. So logically, I was never in the church, was I? Oh no, but just because you make an account, that's a rip-off of the concept of the Church of Chovy. We're all in it because you're just some nobody guy that just has, what, 424 followers. And you're excommunicating people. Let's just say he's blocked. Man, little bitch. Let's see what he was saying about me. So, okay, after I made these tweets about the LCS being a joke, and this Dignitas intern actually saying he'd need to be someone would need to hold him back if he saw me in real life, implying he'll beat me up. And then this person, the same guy, just never stops tweeting about me because I dared to say, this guy's on my dick. You ready for the stupidest tweet of all time? Can LCS official, the league, the LCS, or Jackie Felling X, who was the LCS commissioner, do something about this shit? Like, ban him from interviewing any players, interacting with LCS personalities, and not allowing him to do LCS-related content so we can just get this cancerous blob out of our community. I'm the frail one. I'm the little bitch. I'm the one who can't handle the internet and tweets, right? This guy's going mental about tweets, nothing to do with him. By the way, my favourite one there is not even just banning me, blacklisting me from all interviews, but I'm not allowed to do LCS-related content. So when I make a video like the current team in the LCS that's playing like this, I disagree with it. Like, somehow Jackie Felling in the LCS can come in like, copyright strike, he's talking about the LCS. Get it taken down. So you can imagine, seems like this church is pretty dog shit, isn't it? It's pretty dog shit, this church, isn't it, mate? But that's not it, though. Are you ready? When that person before said about loving being blocked, this guy goes, yeah, lol, yeah. I followed this account and then muted it just so I can be a part of Thorin's purgatory. It gives me pride. He now gets pride from following my second account that I made for people who are blocked. Definitely a reasonable character, this, isn't it? Here's a good one. So Jensen Goh came in after all those people attacked me over the IM Esports and talking about Semler being unfairly criticised over the women's thing, which I never gave my opinion about. And I've put thousands of minutes, I've put hours and hours and hours of content about women in esports now. I think they should have their own leagues that should be in segregated so they can actually compete and have their own thing, and they've got their own sponsorship dollars and bring their own eyeballs, all that stuff. This guy, Jensen Goh, is a supporter of mine and I would say a colleague in the industry. And he comes out and says he finds it disturbing that people that essentially love being blocked by me and Richard and use that as a concept that they're esports certified. And now people clamour to be blocked. And then someone comes in and says, what a reasonable take. And then this person comes in and goes, I have literally never interacted with Thorin or R. Lewis, and I'm blocked by both, but go on about how we're bullying the poor old man. They always have to put the insult in the quote, that the comment, that makes it obvious they did say stupid stuff like that before, hence why they're blocked. So remember, never even interacted. Right, so they're unblocked, by the way, now, and as you can see, they're still talking shit about me. I must just be prescient. I'm like fucking Leto II on all spikes, like, I've seen the whole future of Twitter and who will be an arse or not. I must guide my Twitter account down the golden path as the ultimate Kwisatz Haderach so that I can actually restore Thorin's sanity to not read the stupidest comments. By the way, he's talking about how we just don't like reckless, least autistic Thorin pan. Autism, of course, just something funny to people who know I'm autistic. Things about Thorin, that Thorin posts some genuinely misogynistic shit. So now I'm posting misogynistic stuff. More stuff about me being misogynistic, because remember, I've blocked him at this point in time. So he has to immediately start posting about being misogynistic a bunch of times afterwards, including 2 months later. But let's go back. So, okay, talks about all the sins of the things I've done in 2020. Malding ginger, weird nerds. Isn't this like 2 months ago, Thorin had to do a public apology because he was wrong about that Australia thing? I was never wrong about anything in Australia. Just absolute nonsense, isn't it? What's he talking about? Maybe he means IEM Sydney, but actually, or maybe there was an online tournament and that was the one to do with ESL. By the way, not only did I apologise, I actually had Dan Fidon, one of the owners of Cloud9, come out and say I wasn't actually lying in any context, that he'd given me faulty information and so had other people at Flashpoint. Hence, when I corroborated the info, it wasn't correct from Flashpoint. And I did apologise to ESL. But let's just go down, shall we? Remember, never interacted with me. Never interacted. He's only doing that thing, by the way, where after he's blocked, he just replies to people who reply to me. Because that's how normal people would definitely behave. Never interacted with me, by the way. Look how many tweet threads he's in. Oh, wait. I said she poached. I never said Lena poached. I said Lena's own words suggest she poaches and she's more careful with what she says on Discord. But no, he's put her about some TSM stuff from years earlier. Oh, okay. And because Schalke's general manager says that they were approached publicly about Upset, that means that essentially Lena can't have poached Upset behind the scenes. So if she went to Upset behind the scenes and said, do you want to play for our team? And then he said, yeah, sure. So then she goes to Schalke and goes, I'd like to talk to Upset. And he goes, yeah, no problem. That proves that she never talked to Upset before. Now, I'm not saying she did, but if she did, somehow that proves that's not the case, right? Keep going back. It's all about me. How dare I say all this stuff? How dare I say it all, right? Remember, never interacts with me. Me being wrong again. Years of this stuff, by the way. It's years, months and months and months. Oh, it's all month. It's all the same month. Holy moly. Holy moly. Look at this. All these threads that I'm in. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, though. There's no one in that one, boys. This is a direct post. This is a direct. Oh, no, it's about LS. Okay, fair enough. It's just about LS. That's all right. It's just about LS. Just a million things in threads about me. Okay, million things in threads about me. Let's keep going down. This is all in the same month, May of 2020. Can you imagine why, if you read replies, you might want to block an idiot like this, by the way? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine what would get annoying about seeing just absolute shite like this just pumped into your timeline? I don't read tweets anymore, but back when I did, could you imagine why that would be annoying? Now we're in April of 2020. Still replying to everyone. Still replying to everyone. Still replying to everyone. Biggest Fnatic fan of all time, by the way. He's met Caps and solo queue. Okay, brilliant. Nemesis, you know, critique. Okay, let's talk about that. Shall we keep going back? Keep going back. Keep going back. Wait a minute. This can't be. He's never interacted with me ever. So I said, everyone in OWL who knowingly lies to prop it up in 2020 is complicit in all the harm it has done and will do to esports, by the way. What an amazing take that was. That's aged so well. When you leave Blizzard and try to become born again and speak out against what was done, your part will be remembered. That's a promise, not a threat. Now, I've said, everyone who knowingly lies to prop it up. Now, he goes then, does this mean Monty as well? Because he was propping it up until the second he left. Did he knowingly lie to do so? It's right there in the words I say. So, spoiler, you've just called my friend a knowing liar and suggested that he was part of the harm binding. So I blocked you, unsurprisingly. But remember, never even interacted with me. Never even interacted with me, ever. Never interacted with me. Million fucking posts before that, of course. Oh, and wait, you go back to here. I was talking to Papa Smithy, 2018. Go back to bullying 12-year-olds. You're getting shat on by every serious caster/analyst. Seems like a reasonable person, right? Imagine how good journalists Thorin and RL would be if they could just behave like normal people. This is normal behaviour, by the way. This is normal behaviour. If I've ever seen normal behaviour, or if I wanted a second opinion on what normal behaviour would be, or an arbiter of normal behaviour, I'd definitely ask this guy right here. It's a classic one. What did I do? I wasn't blocked a month ago. I didn't either. Didn't interact with or followed either Lewis or Thorin. Blocked by both. Never made fun of them either. At least not of Lewis. Oh, wait a minute. You didn't make fun of me. But then immediately you say, oh, you imply maybe you did make fun of me though, but not Richard. Don't know what's up with these two banning everyone. Happy to be blocked by Thorin though, LMAO. Let's see if he is. So, okay. All the way back here, interacting with me via a thread I'm on. Remember, you see replies to people who reply to you. So someone talks about being blocked. Seems like I'm one of the few people who've not been banned yet. I don't know why he's so keen on banning people. Like, come on, it's Twitter. So I block him, think, well, fuck him then. Block this guy, right? Never stops tweeting about me afterwards. Never stops tweeting about me afterwards. All about being blocked. Remember, it's just Twitter. All about being blocked. This was back in October. So in November, so if you're not blocked though, oh, who else is blocked in December? Oh, still in December, never interacted. December, still in there, blocked. Oh, everyone, oh, he's a big snowflake. Oh, blocked. The amount of people that are blocked, December still here, but I'm blocked by Lewis instead. Oh, still in the month. Let's talk about living in your own bubble. Oh, blocked. Remember, it's just Twitter, mate. Get over it. What's the big deal? Women in Thorin, Lamayo. Oh, we're into January. They're so weird. You know, look at their Twitter. They want to be like an alpha male. They're so insecure and fragile. They block anyone who just never can get over Twitter. This is like Vietnam for this guy. He can't get over it. The PTSD every day of his life. Then you go, look at this. Oh, I actually followed Lewis and even defended PG. Wait a minute. You just said earlier you never followed either of us. And you picked him as the host. That's good. Never interacted with Thorin, though. Homie still had me blocked without me even knowing he existed. I blocked him after he made a comment about me. But he never knew I existed. Keeps tweeting about me. Thorin, lol. Welcome to the Blocked by Thorin gang. If you get blocked by it, it means you have common sense and aren't brain dead. Yeah, interesting. Then Simple talks about, now that even Simple himself became Thorin brain dead, can we stop inviting him to anything? They always become demons, remember. Thorin, he goes clown. I can't believe Thorin still has a job. I can't work now because I blocked this guy years and years ago. Oh no, he's spitting. Are you even regular to CS Twitter if you aren't blocked by Thorin? Thorin is mentally ill. Like, actually, he has to be. No way that's normal. Okay? Bronze coin coming in. You are Thorin. Exactly. Thorin equals definition of soft. Tagging Thorin. Got to be better than whatever the fuck Thorin's going to pick. Can't believe I will join Thorin in the Gold Club. Oh, wait a minute. So my picks are shit and then your shit as well. Brilliant. Then goes, oh, we need G2 to win. I don't want to end up like Thorin. Thorin L can't ever stop tweeting about me, mate. I had to hop on my alt account because I am blocked too. Then I've unblocked him this year. Immediately, LMAO, old man pushing 60, melding about Pick'ems. He's melded himself about Pick'ems. They're so ridiculous, guys. So this person, why do people post screenshots of getting blocked as an accomplishment? Like, GG's, bro, you were horrible enough to make someone never want to interact with you again. This person, Kung Fu Chrissy, goes, I mean, it's usually because the reason for blocking is ridiculous. I got blocked by Thorin despite literally never interacting with him with a single one of his tweets. So let's just go and look at his old thread, shall we? Start off down here. Already he tagged me. How often are you looking to oversight? Not what I blocked him for, obviously. Can you give me some context? What is Medica referring to? Another tweet I've done. You ready? Here's one. So in 2021, at Worlds, I've put it's wild how many Westerners likely don't understand that RNG was never actually the best LPL team at any point in 2021. Xiao Hu is a legend, though. So this guy never interacted with any of my tweets. Thorin coming in after the end of the game with a statement of who's better. I'm talking about the LPL. This is at Worlds. I didn't wait until after this game then determine if they were the best LPL team or not. I actually watched the splits. But this moron comes... So again, when I used to read comments, you just block an idiot like that. This guy even goes, learn to read, learn to think. Learn to think. Oh, I'm blocked and I'm confused how. I never replied to any of his tweets. Also, is there some big drama going on with Thorin? Literally same day. I'm looking for the new one. It's not dumping on Thorin, but this is beyond dumbs. I mean, it's usually because the reason is blocked. Mental in it. Now, this guy did one. Well, top 10 career suicides. That's 2021. We're still in 2023. I'm still making that skrill, mate. You have how many? 1,108? Mate. And all you are is a brand consultant for Wasserman. This guy obviously says about being blocked. This guy goes, he blocks people for liking replies that disagree with him. Not even joking, implies that it's him that happened with. Just disagreed with me. Great news. Ziwu was so good on land that the last 2 years didn't happen. This is your brain on Ziwu fan logic. Thorin really fell off her. Didn't interact with me. Blocked him. LMO, what an absolute pussy. I think he said after someone else complained about being blocked by me. Clown, poor little pussy. He blocks people for liking replies that disagree with him. He literally replied right to me and said I fell off. Just that. Then DeSerto does a video. Is DeSerto still going to bring that clown Thorin on after all of this? After I've dared to tweet? What convo? It's just some attention-seeking man-child crying. Remember, all he did is like tweets. Imagine crying over that man-child. Then, when they did this year a podcast with me, this guy tagged Sponge and Moses. Sponge wasn't even fucking on it. Really pathetic that you'd associate with that loser Thorin. Amazing. Here's a good one. Good old 3 clicks says about how you can lose followers. I mean, if you know anything about our accounts, go and look at the big accounts in esports. They're all losing followers because essentially we're not allowed to grow beyond a certain point. Sam41 Gaming comes in. He's basically blocking everyone in the CS community after his meltdown yesterday. I've never even interacted with the dude and I ended up blocked. Seems he's taking the same route as Richard Lewis. Then he says about how I went off on the whole female CS League. Never said anything about the female CS League. But nosedived it and went on about I Am Esports like he single-handedly created the entire industry. Yeah, the phrase I Am Esports says I single-handedly created the entire esports industry. This guy even knows. Time for a Thorin video going through people blocked. Oh God, there's videos. I need to see this. Never interacted with me though, so it's weird that he would be blocked, isn't it? Let's just go back, shall we? Wait, this is a tweet of mine though, so, but this is a tweet of mine, so you never interacted with me though. Okay, let's go up again. Never interacted with me. I mean, I'm not saying I blocked him for this reason, but never interacted with me at all, of course. Okay, never interacted with me. Death threats from fans. Okay, never interacted with me. Let's see, never interacted with me. 2019. Hey, Thorin, do you know how to get a hold of R. Lewis for an interview? Right, I'm not his secretary, so why would you not interact with me but tag me That's not interacting apparently now. And then say, how can I get rid of Richard Lewis? I'd love to do a formal interview with him on a recent issue within the CS community. Who gives a fuck what you want? You are nobody. You are Sam41 Gaming with 1,517 followers. We'll get to that in a minute. I'd love to, but he went on a blocking rampage yesterday and now I can't get any contact info. So now I have to pass some contact info to this guy so some nobody bozo can interview Richard Lewis. But it gets worse. Please help me spread this so Thorin sees this. I'm getting to the bottom of this shit because this fat metal skin guy was blocked by Richard. That's what he's going to get to the bottom of, I assume. I'm asking to interview him on behalf of the trading community. Not unusual, really. Richard's told you before, the trading community is filled with so many fucking losers. Nobody has to, really. I'm doing it voluntarily as someone with a level head who isn't also going to just talk shit to him like the original people he blocked that led to it. This guy needs to get to the bottom of why Richard has blocked some famous trading people. That's who this guy is. He has to get to the bottom of it. Still haven't blocked him yet, by the way. That's why he's commenting on my stuff. What did Richard Lewis tweet? I can't see it because he was so toxic and petty. He blocked the entirety before it was... I'm blocking everyone in CS later on, but Richard blocked the entire skins community. But there you go. That's me just going on about that, right? Never even interacted with me in any way, though. Man-child, journalist, of course. Went off about the esports thing. He's blocked. He's blocked. Holy shit, he's actually gone mental. He's using the same bot that Richard Lewis is to block. If you even follow a specific... But this is one of the maddest conspiracy theories ever. That if you just follow someone, we just block like 100k people. Like, fuck it. Like Thanos, like... perfectly balanced, as all things should be. You're added to the block list and it's all automated. I'm a decent analyst, just a shitty person. Thorin's claim of being overrated. I've claimed he was never at the top of... I've claimed Thorin was never at the top of the skill level of other players, which is even statistically inaccurate. Okay, brilliant. Thorin directly called him. Yeah, okay, he's just triggered as hell about all this, by the way. Just triggered about all this. He's triggered about all this. And by the way, last year, still tweeting about me. This has to be a reply to either Thorin or RL, because I can't see it. Now, by the way, let's just see who this guy is. Former CSGO pro. Sam41. His name's Sam41. So we go to esportsearnings.com, we put in Sam41 players, no results found. Not many to go now. I guess Thorin won't have to worry about women in esports if he just ends up blocking them all, LMAO. I never interacted with him. I think I never even posted his Twitter handle. I've been blocked for months. He goes around and blocks people who like or comment on certain tweets, I guess. Wait a minute. Why would they go, I've never interacted with them. He blocking people because they like or comment. Well, commenting is actually like posting on the Twitter, isn't it? Or posting the Twitter handle. Let's be real. Let's face it. Fnatic broke Thorin, embeds my tweet. Embeds my tweet years earlier. Embeds it. That's not interacting with my handle at all, by the way. Embedding a tweet. You can see that as a quote on your post, can't you? Then you go down. Once I had that episode where I quit the last episode of Listen Local because they were being arseholes, this person goes, European players would rather choose a good team than dollars in NA. Listen Local, I'm the same. Also, Thorin, I could write an article and get hundreds of dollars instead of doing this shit. That's entirely appropriate. I am the same as European players. I turned down money. I could have written an article to do a talk show with Loco who I didn't get any money for. They don't even have any logic. Unsurprisingly, yeah, I've blocked this moron. There's just nothing interesting that they're saying. And then they're saying stupid shit about that quote tweeting me. Yeah, peace. Here's a good one. I'm here to post the funny. Leave me alone, ginger esports pensioner. That loser who was the other side of the same account that was run by their mate. Good old fucking Fosty, isn't it? Good old Germany 1939 to 1945 fan Fosty, who has some very interesting opinions, didn't he? I just basically said, if you're going to do an account called LOL Esports and image that proceed, unfortunate things, how are you going to not roast your mate Fosty after what he's done? They just get mad and go, I'm just here to post it funny, leave me alone. So this moron, Fat Ramon, comes in. Don't even try to go into a discussion with him. Once you make one good argument, you'll be instant blocked. Or even before that. Let's get ready for the good argument, shall we? Are you ready? I make a line up there. It's also super fun when you won't type anything and you are still blocked. So blocked for not even typing anything. Right, years earlier, nominated for a journalist of the year. Thorin nominated. esportsawards.com as a joke. Didn't ever type about me. Didn't even type to me. Never just had a different opinion. That it's a joke that I'm nominated for Journalist of the Year in Esports. Here's a good one. This guy posts a thing about being blocked by me. Classic, when everyone gets blocked. Same, never did anything. Never did anything, of course. Me and Richard Lewis need to grow up and actually engage people in conversation. He blocked me for literally no reason. Literally no reason. That's why I've blocked him. He blocked me despite never even tweeting at him or Richard Lewis. Out of the blue, both of them blocked me. Blocked by him and Richard Lewis. Never interacted with them. Ah, yes, Thorin and blocking people. Tag Richard Lewis and Thorin. Now trying to get nutters to tag me because he's blocked. Those weirdos have me blocked for some reason. Thorin and being a moron on Twitter. Tag Thorin. Thorin is wrong. He wouldn't qualify for this. This is years later, guys. He does it quite often. Holy shit, a great take from Thorin, because I unblocked him, so he's immediately tweeted at me again, of course. But let's go back to what happened just before that, shall we? Let's go back. It's okay, he's already tweeted at me, by the way. He's in a bunch of threads, tagging me. He just got randomly blocked. Apparently, if something happens with this team, I have to do something about it. Don't know why. Now, it doesn't matter why he's blocked, but it's weird I never miss, do I? I always guess in advance who the nutters will be. This is a good one. An episode of Summoning Insight. What happened to Thorin? He's blocking everyone left and right. Let's see who this guy is, eh? This year, last year rather, when it was that contest, no doubt people replying to this tweet saying they are blocked definitely didn't ask to be blocked. I mean, Thorin has a bot that blocks people that like the tweets of his supposed enemies, which you can prove, of course, right? Oh, so you're telling me that he manually blocked thousands, if not tens of thousands of people, some of them for no reason. By the way, I've told you before, guys, anyone can download the block screen. It doesn't say anything about your account. It just says it's blocked you, so anyone can download that and post it on their Twitter. But no, all those are real, and tens of thousands of people have been blocked by me, because that's how nuts I am. Let's go back to 2017. FaZe versus SK was the real final. That was the semi-final of a tournament. Autism strikes again. Just blocked him for no reason, by the way. Cool guy. Cool guy, Marius. Autism strikes again because I said that. Here's another one. I did a tweet about this. This is ironic. Kid got the attention he wanted, this guy a dunk on. The answer he deserved, justice got served, and that would be the end of this story. This person's like, yeah, but you reckon a kid. When I was 14 in 2008, I at least knew not to act stupid on the internet or it would backfire. Blocked him later, didn't I? Now let's just have a look. Oh, it appears he's unbanned now. Last year. Oh, unbanned. Interesting. He's been watching my content. Okay, he's watching my content. Let's just go all the way back, shall we? Let's see if this is one of those reasonable people. Wait a minute, that's a reply to me there. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Many replies were in 2019. That was 2020 before. 2022 when he said I'd unblocked him. Still in 2019 here. Still in 2019 here. 2018. 2018 now, guys. Still in 2018. Stick around in 2018. This is going to be a while. 2018. 2018. 2017. 2017. Na 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 na. Still in 2017. Still in 2017. Still in 2017. 2017. 2017. 2016. 2015. How many? 2015 to 2022, guys, is 7 years. 7 years. 7 years. 7 years. But I just block people that like tweets. Just block everyone. Just blocking everyone. Just bloody blocking everyone, aren't I? Just block everyone left and right. Block everything. Also, I wonder why I would have blocked him over this. So when I told LS that I'm glad I deleted a video and don't have it, where he essentially made a fool of himself that you'll never get to see because he's a friend of mine, so I deleted it. Then this guy, LS, apologizes to me and asks people not to tweet at me. So this guy goes, leak the VOD, Ginger, no balls. You should just leak that video that you don't have about your friend where he made a fool himself so that you can make him look bad. No balls. But I blocked him for no reason. As usual, it's always no reason. I'm the weird one, and they're just perfectly sane, normal, rational people, some of them who really matter, who are just making like interesting comments, different opinions, having debates, engaging with the topic, or just never even interacting with my account. You know what, guys? This probably isn't the last, is it? I'm probably going to come back again. But you know what? Maybe I should make it another industry edition next time, so I can kind of cook some of the bigger fish in the industry, eh? As Mary J. Blige said in her track, All I Need, you're all I need to get by, which is the case for me and my Patreon community who support this channel and these videos. Some of them include Theogony, Matt Pugnatio Rajcula, Ahmed Hadjou, Joseph Adcock, Tosh, Bot Pounder 420, Toucan, Animosity, Tobias Bernasconi, Jensen Goh, Yurka, and a special thanks always to the main man, Jerky's Minion. Would you like to ask a question in my regular video AMA? Do you want teasers? Find out who upcoming guests are. Maybe you want to suggest a topic or a guest for my content, or you want to take part in one of those longer esports discussions with me where we go all over the place. Well, if any of those grab your fancy, put your money where your mouth is. Join the Illuminati today via the Patreon link in the description box below.